the Great Northwoods to the Rock Mountain Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from Maine Maritime Academy students in response to the devastating crash that took the lives of 4 of their peers. Plus, we'll hear the data from the state's most recent hate crime report. And the latest from Washington, as some leaders are urging for more fuel assistance funds for the state. Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's get a first check of that forecast from Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs. Carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. Alrighty, here we go. A couple of alerts that we have in effect here. The small crowd advisory is up. That is right behind this gale warning here. The gale warning is up until 10 p.m. for your Wednesday. We'll pull that off, at least in some spots, at least show you the small crowd advisory that is in effect as well. And this will last until about 10 p.m. as we head towards your Tuesday. So again, later on tonight, we'll see this expiring moving forward. But here we go. So we're looking pretty good out there at this point with the mostly clear sky this morning. We'll be watching for a partly cloudy sky in general today as we'll be watching a system. Look at the swirl right here at the system that's tracking off towards the north. That's going to send some snow back in our direction later on tonight. And that will equal maybe a little bit of snow accumulations before we start to mix in with a little bit of rain moving forward. So futurecast moving forward, here's the clouds right there. Trying to get some snow going later tonight, and we'll see more moving in as we get towards early tomorrow morning before it starts mixing with a little bit of rain. And of course, the winds may get gusty from time to time at around 15 miles per hour in a few spots. Some gusts could get even higher at times, reaching up to around 30 miles per hour later on. Your forecast for today, lower 30s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. The town of Castine is mourning after a horrific accident over the weekend. Town leaders and Maine Maritime staff are trying to come to grips with the tragic loss of 4 students. Matthew Duronsik has the story.
Flags were at half-staff today at Maine Maritime Academy after 4 students were killed early Sunday morning in a car crash on Route 166 in Castine. Students of the Maine Maritime community were back at the scene of the incident, showing their respects to Luke Simpson, Chase Fawcett, Brian Keenley, and Riley Ignacio Cameron, adding to the memorial laid at the place they lost their lives.
It's awful for the entire MMA community and the Castine community being such a small school. Everyone knew at least someone who was in the car. Everyone knew someone, so everyone had a connection being there. No one was really there, just out of the blue. Everyone was there for a reason.
The town of Castine also showed their support for the incident, with businesses having hashtag MMA strong signs and banners displayed outside the windows and wherever noticeable.
Maine Maritime Academy and the students of Maine Maritime Academy are integral to the fabric of this community. So when a horrific tragedy like this befalls MMA, it is felt throughout the entire community.
Only 48 hours after getting the news, Maine Maritime Academy President Jerry Paul could not be any more thankful for the support received during these tough times.
We are encouraged by the level of support that we've received from across this campus, across this town, this state, and this country.
According to state police, the crash is still under investigation and the SUV was taken into custody, and it will remain there for the duration of the investigation, as it will need to undergo a vehicle autopsy. Matthew Duronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
A judge has set a $75,000 bond for a Pleasant Point man accused of shooting another man twice. Abba Lewis Dana appeared in Machias District Court Monday for 3 felony charges related to the alleged shooting. According to police, a man suffering from 2 gunshot wounds entered the Pleasant Point Police Department Saturday. The man was transported to the Calais Community Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Dana is alleging he acted in self-defense during the alleged shooting, which a lawyer familiar with the case says stemmed from an altercation that took place a few days prior.
This is an issue with a home invasion. My client, Mr. Dana, was the alleged victim of Mr. Francis. And Mr. Francis basically came back to finish a job that wasn't done the night or the few days before.
According to Mr. Francis, he visited that location after Mr. Dana was assaulted a few days ago by somebody else. And it certainly seems inconsistent with the Holmans letting Mr. Francis into the home if there was a recent assault by Mr. Francis on Mr. Dana.
Dana's bail conditions include no contact with the alleged victim, no use or possession of any dangerous weapons, and random searches for those weapons. A single vehicle crash in Sherman claimed the life of a Portland woman on Sunday. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says state police responded to mile marker 263 in the northbound lane of Interstate 95 just after 3:30 in the afternoon. Their preliminary investigation indicates a car driven by 59-year-old Maria Dubois of Portland went off the road at a high rate of speed and into the woods where she became trapped inside. Moss says multiple agencies worked to pull Dubois from the car. She was flown to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, where she died from her injuries. Moss says the initial investigation indicates fatigue or a possible medical event was the cause of the crash. Bangor police are investigating a crash that happened early yesterday morning. Sergeant Jason McAmbley says around 2:30 a.m., Bangor police responded to an accident on State Street near Cascade Park. The vehicle was partially in the Penobscot River and was also on fire. McAmbley says when first responders arrived, they found a 21-year-old female who was the only occupant of the car. She was taken to a local hospital for treatment. Violent crime in Maine reached a record low in 2020. That's a key takeaway from a report just released by the FBI. The report was issued as part of the Bureau's Uniform Crime Reporting Program and encompasses data from 129 of the 132 law enforcement agencies in the state. Based on the data, the rate of violent crime was at a 9-year low in 2020, with roughly 108 violent crimes per 100,000 people. That's the lowest number recorded from 2011 through 2020. The number appears to tick up slightly for 2021, though data for that year is not complete yet. Another key data point regarding hate crimes shows the majority by far of hate crimes in Maine are based on race, ethnicity, and ancestry, with the second largest share attributed to sexual orientation. Owners of the only community grocery store in Freedom have announced an upcoming closure. According to a recent Facebook announcement, Freedom General Store will be closed for business following the current 50% off sale of their remaining inventory. Residents expressed their gratitude for the store's consistent low prices and valued service. Town leaders say the community will be losing a vital resource as the general store doubles as a gas station.
It's too bad. Whenever a business closes down in a community, it's got to hurt. When it's shut down, that will be an asset that the town won't be able to access in case of a problem.
Prices here were a little more reasonable, and it's convenient.
The store will be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. while supplies last. Senator Susan Collins and Congressman Jared Golden are among those calling for an additional $500 million in supplemental funds for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program as Congress finalizes a budget for 2023. LIHEAP is a federally funded program that helps low-income households with their home energy bills by providing payment or energy crisis assistance, A joint statement from Collins and Golden said many Northeast residents are projected to see a significant increase in their utility bills this winter. Residential electricity prices in some states are forecast to rise more than 60%, with the cost of propane up 40% and natural gas prices up nearly 30%. According to the National Energy Directors Association, the average cost to heat a home is expected to increase by 17.2% this winter. Given the elevated energy prices for this winter, the lawmakers say the emergency federal LIHEAP funding is needed to assist low-income households and seniors on fixed incomes. The time is now 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a local ski resort is auctioning off their chairs. We'll have the details after the break. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. Cloudy and breezy today, highs of around 31 degrees, dropping down to 19 tonight. We may see some snow showers in certain parts of the state. That trend is likely to continue on into tomorrow. Rain and snow, a wintry mix is likely tomorrow, where highs will linger around 39 degrees.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
Hey, do you want some great gift ideas this Christmas season?
Why, yes. Yes, I do.
Well, we got them at Rennie's. Lots of smart wool socks for the entire family. These are my favorite. We got PJ pants and sets. We got slippers. We got Bear Paw, Sorel. Get to Rennie's.
Oh, and all at Rennie's best prices?
Always at the best prices.
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a main adventure.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home or place of business? With at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding, and kitchen and bath and flooring, we offer a great selection to do just that. From homeowners to commercial businesses and everything in between, our friendly professionals with more than 50 years of combined experience pride themselves in going above and beyond to work with you every step of the way. And we even offer a full-service appliance repair department. Come and visit us at our Dover Foxcroft or our new Lincoln location. Stop in either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Happy holidays from all of us right here at Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
You bet your life.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas?
Kev, give me that money. This is a gift from Uncle Jack.
Spreading sleigh loads of cheer.
I like the whole kid thing.
Look at Santa. Yes, what are you going to say? Duh.
This holiday season.
You doubled your money. Good for you.
Weekdays at 10 on ABC 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. A mural meant to highlight Brunswick's growing diversity is instead causing controversy. Critics are upset over how certain groups are represented and say they should have been included in their process sooner. As Mel Meyer explains, there may be little that can be done.
Be right in the middle of that blank space.
The mural called Many Stitches is set to be installed at Brunswick's Fort Andrews Mill next summer.
But it was never meant to be a historical presentation. It was meant to be a contemporary presentation of the types of people that are now in Brunswick working together.
But an online petition with nearly 400 signatures calls the design problematic and, quote, offensive in its racial, ethnic, and gender stereotypes. Comments point to the depiction of a black woman and how others are positioned.
It does, in a sense, send a subliminal message that reinforces the cultural status quo.
Other critics say the art downplays the history. They question how much or if Indigenous groups were consulted early on.
You need to have engagement with those communities and have it be more of a collaborative process.
Miku Paul is Wolastoqet from Kingsclear First Nations and is an artist and activist. She says the group she's involved with didn't have input.
And we came into the process late. But why we came late is because we were not even aware of the project.
When they emerged, we have tried to be as respectful and cooperative as we think we can.
Brunswick Public Art, which commissioned the piece, says others have weighed in throughout the process, which ramped up in the last few years. The group's treasurer understands the concern and other critiques of the art itself.
Absolutely, we do understand that and honor that and respect them for it and are trying to do what we can.
The nonprofit's leadership says there have been updates to the design and they're working with the artist in response to the new feedback.
So there could be some more changes?
I would expect so.
At this stage, he says there's only so much that can be done.
There's a great chance to own a part of history while supporting one of Maine's winter pastimes. Big Squaw Mountain was once a premier ski destination. Its operators have faced hard times throughout the years, but have found ways to keep the lifts running. A nonprofit has been running the mountain since 2012. They had been looking for a permanent owner and thought they had one until things fell through earlier this year. So now they are doing what they do so well, keeping skiing alive at Squaw.
The sad thing is, in the last 30 or 40 years, we've lost dozens of small ski areas. So it's getting harder and harder to keep them in operation. And once they close, they very seldom reopen. So this one has had a storied history of, a few different closures.
The group Friends of the Mountain has started a silent auction where you can bid to own chairs from Squaw Mountain's Summit Lift. The lift opened back in 1967, and these chairs were used until 2004. There's a minimum bid of $500, and all proceeds go towards operation costs at the ski mountain in Greenville. Folsom says they have around 60 chairs available. The auction runs from December 15th to the 18th. We have the link to the silent auction on our website, foxbangor.com. The time is now 6:14. After the break, we'll check out how the WVII Planetarium is keeping up the holiday spirit. Plus, we'll get a glimpse of some local reindeer. These stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Finelli Pizzeria in Ellsworth, now under new ownership, has been using fresh ingredients and ideas on top of our award-winning pizza doughs and sauces for more than 20 years. Come try our famous New York-style pizza. We're sure you'll agree. It's the best pizza you've ever tasted.
Steaks and Stuff in Lincoln, your favorite local grocery store, wishes everyone a happy holiday season. Happy holidays from Moore & Fuel, now hiring drivers for this holiday season. Saliba's Rug Sales. See our selection of oriental design and contemporary area rugs. They are priced to sell. Saliba's wishes you a happy holiday season.
Avatar, The Way of Water.
You don't know what to expect.
Is unlike anything you've ever seen.
Tonight, go behind the scenes.
What will audiences see in this film that they've never seen in a movie before?
Incredible.
Amazing. Tonight on ABC.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have lots of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on ABC7. Finelli Pizzeria in Ellsworth, now under new ownership, has been using fresh ingredients and ideas on top of our award-winning pizza doughs and sauces for more than 20 years. Come try our famous New York-style pizza. We're sure you'll agree. It's the best pizza you've ever tasted.
Community members are showcasing their holiday cheer with some impressive light displays. The Bangor Rotary Club is hosting a community lighting contest throughout towns and cities in the greater Bangor area. People are encouraged to view the light displays on homes and organizations and then vote for their favorites. The Rotary's website has a map of the 30 participating locations across Bangor, Brewer, Hamden, Herman, Glenburn, VZ, Orono, and Milford.
You can grab a map and just go out and take a look. The contest goes on until January 2nd, so plenty of time to get out there and take a look.
Viewers can vote for their favorites on the Rotary website or by posting a pic of their favorite display on Facebook and tagging Rotary Club of Bangor, Maine. The location with the most votes will earn the People's Choice Award along with a $500 cash prize. The Versant Power Astronomy Center on the WVII Orono campus is showing the mystery of the Christmas star all month. The show takes a look back at the scientific and historical events that were happening in the sky 2,000 years ago over the town of Bethlehem, where Jesus was born.
And explores some of the celestial objects that the three wise men may have followed to find the little baby Jesus. So some of these, they could have been a comet, planetary conjunctions, maybe a supernovae. So the program itself leaves it open-ended.
The Mystery of the Christmas Star is showing Sundays 2 to 3 p.m. at the Versant Power Astronomy Center and Planetarium. Admission is $7 for adults, $6 for students, military members, and senior citizens, and just $5 for those 12 years of age or younger. Christmas is still a couple weeks away, and as Santa and his elves prepare for the big day, folks can visit with a few of his reindeer that live in Maine year-round. Our Jody Hersey has more.
I thought they were awesome. Real reindeer at Christmas time. That's a pretty cool thing to have.
Pony Express Zoo in Winslow is home to 8 Maine reindeer, the only ones in the state, according to Nick Papsis. He and his family take pairs of their reindeer to different venues throughout the year, including LL Bean in Freeport, Harley Davidson in Augusta, and the Down East YMCA in Ellsworth.
There's a lot of people that don't think they're real, but they are. The unique thing about them is the females have antlers too, unlike other deer. So
Papsis says raising these animals is a lot harder than it looks.
It's pretty difficult. You know, you got to watch out for the males fighting in the turn when they get into rut and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot harder than just your average cow or horse.
2- and 4-year-old Coco and Belle drew quite a crowd to Ellsworth on Sunday. Both young and old alike couldn't help but stop and check out these reindeer celebrities.
It's really cool to just be able to see them up close. Yeah, just chill, eating their food.
There's still time to check out these magical animals before Christmas. Pony Express plans to be at the Hathaway Holiday Lights display in VZ this Friday night from 5:30 to 7:30. In Ellsworth, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 6:20. Let's get a full look at that forecast. We may be getting some snow in the next 24 hours. Meteorologist Evan Biggs is in with the latest.
All righty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs. Carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. All righty, here we go. We do have gale warnings in effect lasting through Wednesday at around 10 p.m. The last of a small craft advisory will get dropped later tonight. It's actually right behind this gale warning here, so we'll pull this off the map and show you what the small craft advisory is. There's not a whole lot left for this, so we're looking okay moving forward. We'll have the gale warning taking over with some strong gusty winds that will move in for the daytime tomorrow. But for now, we're pretty quiet out there. Maybe a few passing clouds in some areas. This next system that we're watching is located right about over here. And it's starting to get attacked together here with this front. And it's dragging off towards the north. That's going to send us some snow in our direction later on tonight. And maybe a little bit of accumulations on the way before temperatures warm up and we get a little bit of rain that will also begin to mix in some spots. So futurecast moving forward for today, this is a general idea. So increasing clouds, some snow will rotate in later on tonight. And we're going to keep that going as we head towards tomorrow morning. Again, a little bit of accumulations cannot be ruled out. Futurecast doesn't show it well here, but some rain could try to mix in from time to time as well. Maybe a few peaks of sunshine too, as the clouds may try to break up from time to time as we head towards parts of the day on Wednesday. As for the snowfall, again, not a lot expected, maybe around 1, maybe up to 2, maybe 3 inches in a few spots. So general 1 to 3 inches with lesser amounts to the west and a little bit more further off towards the east will be possible in a few areas. And when we measure this in the rainfall forecast, these are rainfall units here. This takes into account any of the snow that does fall with the liquid form, and again, about 1/4 of an inch or less possible with more to the east and lesser amounts further off toward the west. Again, gusty winds only up to about 20 miles per hour for today, so not too bad overall. But moving ahead towards tomorrow, a little bit more on the way. Look at this, gusts up to 30, even 40 miles per hour cannot be ruled out as we head towards your Wednesday. Wave heights are really increasing out there. Look at this, 5 feet closer towards shore, even up to 9 feet closer to some of those buoys. But further out towards sea, look at this, 17, even up to 30 feet being measured in a few areas. Our average high being 35 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 30s today, upper 30s Wednesday and Thursday, mid-30s again for your Friday, back at the upper 30s Saturday and Sunday, middle 30s again as we head towards your Monday again. So here we go, lower 30s today, partly cloudy and breezy with that northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens, snow showers move in late with that northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 30s, maybe lower 40s. Rain and snow showers on the way with that north wind gusting up to around 35, maybe 40 miles per hour at times. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. So here we go. Thursday, we're mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 30s. We fall back into the mid-30s with a chance for rain and snow showers on Friday. And more rain and snow showers on Saturday, highs in the upper 30s.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
I was riding my bike just as nice as could be. I look up and here comes a car in my lane.
I saw Michael hit the car. He flew in the air.
I was in a coma for 30 some odd days. I woke up and I looked down and what is my leg? He had 2 or 3 types of fentanyl in him.
Cocaine and heroin.
Yeah. It's a robbery of life is what it is.
People that are on drugs don't realize it's not if you're going to hurt somebody, it's when.
I'm a great study of when.
Pamper yourself this holiday season and year-round with our VIP monthly membership program at Marilyn Monroe Spas, Bangor. It's the perfect gift for giving. Season's greetings from Saliba's Rug Cleaners, specializing in cleaning all rugs and repair of Oriental rugs for more than 60 years.
Bucksport Regional Health Center in Bucksport and Ellsworth is happily accepting new patients. We wish you the happiest of holidays.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine, and now a check of your national news. For the first time ever, U.S. scientists reportedly produced a nuclear fusion reaction, resulting in a net energy gain, replicating the fusion that powers the sun. It's a massive step for the quest for an infinite source of clean energy. Fox's William Lajeunesse has the details.
A breakthrough at the Lawrence Livermore Lab outside San Francisco.
It's a major scientific achievement for the Department of Energy and the nation.
Scientists for the first time reportedly producing energy from nuclear fusion.
When we make this real, build the plants, this will be the biggest thing that happens in any of our lives.
Unlike current nuclear plants, which split atoms, fusion combines them. A low-risk and unlimited carbon-free power that does not generate radioactive waste.
Fusion is pretty much literally the power of the sun brought to Earth in a controlled manner.
The raw material is water. There's no radioactive waste to have to bury in a mountain someplace.
This video shows how the science works. A tiny hydrogen capsule about the size of a pencil eraser is hit with high-powered lasers. Atoms converge, generating the heat to produce steam to run turbines to generate power.
Producing abundant fusion on Earth is considered one of the grand engineering challenges of the 21st century.
Until now, the energy required to operate the reactor exceeded what it produced. While the lab itself says more study is needed, for the first time in some 80 years, nuclear fusion produced more energy than it consumed.
We're talking about 10 years or less to get commercial electricity on the grid. And Helion and others in fusion right now in the private space are pushing very, very hard to get electricity to the consumer as fast as we can.
Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm is scheduled to announce the breakthrough on Tuesday and what it could mean for a clean energy grid in the future. In Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse, Fox News. If you make money and get paid by using certain apps, the IRS may be coming after its share of those earnings. Starting next year, earnings of more than $600 that come from third-party payment apps like Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App will have to be reported to the IRS. That means those earnings will be taxed. Even a single payment more than $600 will trigger a 1099-K form for users. The change came as a result of the American Rescue Plan bill. After the recent increase in threats and violence against the Jewish communities and New York, as well as New Jersey, federal and local leaders gathered for a conference in New York City to discuss how anti-Semitism will not be tolerated and the ways in which it can be combated. New York Senator Chuck Schumer, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, and New York Governor Kathy Hochul all spoke out against hate crimes, hate speech, and how New York and New Jersey will protect its members of the Jewish faith.
We're gathering here today during troubling times. Like all of you, I feel the same fear, the same dread, the same alarm that past generations of Jews have felt when anti-Semitism rears its ugly head. After decades of hard-won progress, tamping down anti-Semitism in America, we have now experienced a dramatic resurgence in the last few years.
According to a November report from the NYPD, Jews are targeted more than any other group in New York City when it comes to hate crimes. The attacks range from verbal threats and assault to anti-Semitic graffiti and damage to property. The founder of a now defunct cryptocurrency exchange has been arrested. Sam Bankman-Fried will appear in Bahamian court Tuesday. The news comes after the entrepreneur was set to testify remotely before Congress about how FTX trading collapsed. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested by Bahamian authorities after U.S. prosecutors filed criminal charges against him Monday. This marks a serious escalation as U.S. officials seek accountability for the multi-billion-dollar implosion of the now defunct crypto company.
It is just an enraging story, I think, to Americans across the spectrum.
FTX was one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world. Last month, it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection after reports surfaced that FTX may have used customers' deposits to prop up Bankman-Fried's trading firm, Alameda Research. Bankman-Fried has since appeared for several interviews, insisting he didn't knowingly commingle funds.
He was painting this narrative of this sort of, aw, shucks, I'm doing my best. I just don't know what happened.
Bankman-Fried was preparing to testify before Congress on Tuesday. The entrepreneur would have done so remotely, citing several reasons why he was unable to travel to Capitol Hill for his hearing.
I'm quite overbooked. It's very difficult for me to move right now and travel because just like the paparazzi effect is quite large.
And despite previously speaking with multiple outlets, he says he would be limited in what he could share with House lawmakers.
It was going to be frustrating and underwhelming in some ways because I just wasn't going to be able to answer questions that I would really want to be able to and frankly really should be able to.
Earlier on Monday, Bankman-Fried said he didn't think he would get detained if he came to this country. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York says his indictment will be unsealed on Tuesday. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
And when we return, we'll check out a gathering of Santa imitators, which occurred last week in Western Maine for a good cause. We'll be right back.
Did you know that Renewal by Andersen will replace your windows any time of the year and in any weather? Made with our exclusive Fibrix material, which is vastly superior to vinyl, never needs painting, and resists warping and bowing. We custom build your replacement windows in the USA and back them with the nation's best warranty. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation. Don't miss this money-saving deal with great financing. Installation is always included. Call now.
When it comes to winter footwear, warmth, waterproof, and safety matter most. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport and discover the latest in winter boot technology. We've got boots rated from -60 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep your feet warm in any weather. Check out the new materials guaranteed to keep your feet dry. Relieve the anxiety of slipping and falling this winter with the new Navitech with grippers built right into the sole. Just flip it and clip it and you're ready to go. Be prepared this winter. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store, now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from Nana's Attic and Then Some, now open in the Mill Mall, Ellsworth. We have antiques, treasures, collectibles, furniture, and more. Make Complete Tire Incorporated your next stop for new tires, quality maintenance, and professional auto repair services, located in Ellsworth.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. And today is Tuesday, December 13th, 2022, and today is the birthday of the U.S. National Guard. Established in 1636, when small local units of militia merged into one, the National Guard is the oldest military organization in America. And on this day in history, in 1774, Paul Revere and Wentworth Cheswell rowed to warn Portsmouth of the approaching British warships. And Hundreds of years later, in 1956, on this day, the Dodgers traded Jackie Robinson to the Giants for pitcher Dick Littlefield and $35,000. Robinson would retire instead of the trade. And birthdays today are aplenty. Pop singer Taylor Swift is 33, Irish singer Dermot Kennedy is 31, actor Steve Buscemi is 65, one of my personal favorites, and actor Jamie Foxx is 55. Now let's switch gears and send it over to Devin Biggs. I've heard there's some snow in that forecast, so it's beginning to look a lot like the holidays.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs. Carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. Alrighty, here we go. A couple of alerts that we have in effect here. The small crowd advisory is up. That is right behind this gale warning here. The gale warning is up until 10 p.m. for your Wednesday. We'll pull that off, at least in some spots, at least show you the small crowd advisory that is in effect as well. And this will last until about 10 p.m. as we head towards your Tuesday. So again, later on tonight, we'll see this expiring moving forward. But here we go. So we're looking pretty good out there at this point with the mostly clear sky this morning. We'll be watching for a partly cloudy sky in general today as we'll be watching a system. Look at the swirl right here at the system that's tracking off towards the north. That's going to send some snow back in our direction later on tonight. And that will equal maybe a little bit of snow accumulations before we start to mix in with a little bit of rain moving forward. So futurecast moving forward, here's the clouds right there. Trying to get some snow going later tonight, and we'll see more moving in as we get towards early tomorrow morning before it starts mixing with a little bit of rain. And of course, the winds may get gusty from time to time at around 15 miles per hour. In a few spots, some gusts could get even higher at times, reaching up to around 30 miles per hour later on. Your forecast for today, lower 30s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Well, scores of Santa suit up at Sunday River to help a good cause. And I'm sure they'd be happy about the snow that we're getting now. This was a couple weeks ago. In Newbury, 232 skiers and snowboarders imitated the jolly old elf and donned Santa hats, jackets, pants, and beards at the Sunday River Resort last week. The Santas helped raise more than $5,000 to help River Fund Maine, a nonprofit organization, which was in return for their $20 donation. The Sunday River Resort gave Santas free lift tickets to come back. River Fund Maine invests locally in youth through recreational activities, and that story was one that we actually got nationally, so that was a viral story here in Maine. And still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol will have your latest with local sports. We'll be right back.
At Home, Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring in Dover Foxcroft are proud members of the Flooring Network here in Maine. We have our flooring installers on staff ready for you and your custom flooring project. With over 50 years of combined experience, we'll work with you from start to finish, including demo and cleanup. Backed by the Flooring Network's state-of-the-art warehouses, we have a massive inventory to provide you with the best value and fit any flooring budget you may have. So stop in, meet our flooring experts, and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Napa knows great holiday savings. And with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has the perfect gift for everyone this year. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort, Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are the perfect cold weather gear. And stay warm even longer with a free battery when you purchase any M12 heated gear. Find the perfect gift this holiday season for you or anyone on your list. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Hammond Lumber Company is honored to be named one of the best places to work in Maine. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get started in the water. At Brewer, one freshman swimmer just found her way into the program record books in what was just her first ever varsity meet. In the Witches' opening night win over George Stevens on Thursday, where they took a 70-point victory, freshman swimmer Bryn Lavigore set the program record in the 100-yard backstroke, completing the race with a time of just over 58 seconds. So her first ever meet, and she's in the history books. Bryn's been swimming for club teams for about 6 years, and now she is finally at the high school level, and she's excited for that and to be on the record boards.
I was super excited because I knew I'd get to be on the record board, and I haven't been on one before, so I was excited for that. It's a lot different from club swim. It's like you make a lot of friends, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I think we all expected it. We know she's a very, very fast backstroker, and we watch her in practice, so we knew it was coming, and we think she can go even faster, and she will this season. She'll probably get other records as well.
Yeah, even Bryn says she aims for more records this season and tells me she can basically swim any event. Now, that being said, that puts her in a little bit of a weird position, right? One of the more experienced swimmers on the team, yet one of the younger swimmers on the team. But both her and her coach say, regardless of age, Bryn is definitely a leader for the Witches.
I think that I can help some of the swimmers that haven't swam before by teaching them things. A lot of people, they'll ask questions of how do you do this and how do you do this, and you just have to be kind of helpful.
She's, like I said, a leader already as a freshman. She is very, very versatile. She can do anything that we need her to do. She's very open to doing anything that we need her to do, and she's just a great member of the team.
All right, congratulations to Bryn. Sounds like that's a name we will be saying a lot over these next couple of years. Let's move on to some basketball now. An exciting weekend for Maine basketball, wins from both the men's and the women's programs. For the women, they snapped a 4-game skid with an explosive offensive performance on Sunday, beating Army 88-60. So 88 points without Ann Simon means they had to come from somewhere else. And that somewhere else was 26 from Skowhegan's J.C. Christopher, who was named the America East Rookie of the Week. Last year's Miss Maine basketball winner lit it up from downtown, cashing in on 7 threes, the most from a Black Bear in a single game in 2 years. She also added 7 rebounds and 4 assists in the effort, and Caroline Bordeman had 29 on the day, leading all scorers. The Black Bears are back in action next Sunday on the road at Harvard. Now, congratulations to JC there. Let's talk some baseball now. To say it was a great rookie season for former Black Bear and Houston Astros shortstop Jeremy Pena would be an understatement. The former University of Maine star and 2022 Gold Glove winner helped lead the Astros to a World Series title. Pena was named MVP for both the ALCS and the World Series, becoming the first American League player to do so. He's also the first rookie shortstop to win the World Series MVP. Pena, who was born in the Dominican but grew up in Rhode Island before coming to Orono, says his dream season wouldn't have been possible without the amazing support he received at home.
They're my heroes. And, I've never had to leave my house to find role models. I always just wake up in the morning and see 2 of them standing in my kitchen.
All right, it was a blast watching him play this year. Let's stay with UMaine a little bit now, and we will hit the ice. Over at the Alphon, the women's hockey program is under year 1 of the Molly Engstrom era, and halfway through the season, they are in some pretty good shape. Don't look now, but the Black Bears are a top 20 team in the nation in all of the major polls, coming in as high as the 15th best program in the country in some of them. Maine is 11-10 overall, with 2 of those wins coming against ranked teams, and their biggest one against number 3, Northeastern. Now, they don't play again until after the new year, and they finished off their first half with a 3-game win streak, including a win against number 10 Clarkson and a sweep of BU down in Boston. First-year head coach Molly Engstrom says the key has really been the buy-in from all the players.
We're just trying to play an aggressive style and take time and space away from teams, but I have to say the team is really bought in. They've stepped up. They're willing to learn. They want to learn. They're hungry. So we're working together.
This first half of the season, we've been trying to figure out our identity, our team identity, and I think when we put everything together, we really play to that. And, our team has kind of been playing off of our identity of we're a grinding team. Like, everyone hates to play us. We want everyone to hate to play us.
All right, so things are looking good for the Black Bears. Let's go to some football now. The Maine high school football season has come and passed, with the last game being played on Thanksgiving morning. But on Monday, the list of the semifinalists for the Fitzpatrick Trophy were announced, and there are 10 semi-finalists. We'll start with Lawrence's Parker Higgins, Lewiston's Eli Bigelow, Falmouth's Finn Caxton Smith, Portland's Kennedy Charles, Mount Ararat's Shea Farrell, Mattanock Academy's Isaac Hayner, South Portland's Jalen Jackson, Cape Elizabeth's Nick Laughlin, Coney's Dom Napolitano, and last but not least from Oxford Hills, it's Eli Soren. That list will go down to 3 finalists in the coming weeks before the winner will be announced at the Holiday Inn by the Sea in Portland on January 15th. All right, let's check out some other scores from around the area now. In the basketball world, we'll start with Dexter beating Mattanock 50-43, Skank over Lee 44-22 in some girls basketball. Callis beat Jonesport Beal 77-54, and then Skank won at the buzzer over Lee Academy boys 46-44. All right, so the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Christmas is really about the kids. And as always, Rennie's has a great selection of toys this Christmas season.
That is so true. I mean, look at all this stuff. Green toys, Tonka, Dream Collection dolls. We have so much more and plenty of it. We're holding the line on our already low prices through the end of the year. So get to Rennie's and get your shopping done. Can you tell Santa?
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a main adventure.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Whether you're thinking of getting your first tattoo or building onto your collection of skin art,
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth provides the safest and most comfortable tattoo and piercing experience.
at Disconnected Tattoo, we'll combine your vision with our art to create something special that will last the test of time.
Don't trust your personal body art to anyone else.
Call Disconnected Tattoo today to schedule your consultation.
Or check out our Facebook page.
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. A trio of infectious respiratory illnesses is making lots of people sick and putting a new strain on hospitals ahead of the holiday season. Fox's Brian Lanas reports.
As much as Americans would like to put the pandemic in the rearview mirror for good, health officials are once again warning of a potential winter surge in COVID cases. Hospitals are already feeling the squeeze from what some are referring to as a triple-demic: COVID, flu, and RSV infections filling up hospital beds and even creating a shortage of cold medicine at pharmacies. Flu hospitalizations are at their highest point in a decade.
Flu usually hits you pretty quickly with high fevers, sore throat, runny nose, headaches. It can sometimes be even like nausea and vomiting. And it kind of hits you like a ton of bricks.
Masks are now making a comeback as a way to avoid getting sick. Many major cities are once again recommending them for indoor spaces, though some say they're feeling mask fatigue.
I think I'm done with wearing masks because we've been doing it for 3 years.
People don't like to be told what to do, but you really want to very strongly encourage people that when you're having a rather strong uptick in infections, which is followed by an uptick in hospitalizations, you want to make sure you do something to mitigate against that.
Doctors suggest getting a flu shot and an updated COVID booster, especially now, ahead of holiday gatherings as they take about 2 weeks to be effective.
We're really putting a full court press on to get people to get that updated booster vaccine if they have not already gotten it.
Health officials also say you can do your part by getting tested if you have symptoms and staying home if you're sick. In New York, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
The holiday season is a time of celebration and excess, but Mayo Clinic experts say too much salt, caffeine, and alcohol can lead to a little-known condition called holiday heart that can have significant consequences. Joel Street explains in this Mayo Clinic Minute.
Holiday heart may sound like another joyous part of the holiday season.
Holiday heart actually refers to this effect of the stress of too much alcohol, too much salt, higher blood pressure on the heart.
Mayo Clinic cardiologist Dr. Amy Pollock says all that stress on the heart can cause an irregular heartbeat known as atrial fibrillation.
And for some people, it feels like their heart is racing out of their chest. Their heart is just beating vigorously. For other folks, they just feel some irregularity. tired, short of breath, just wiped out, no energy.
Atrial fibrillation can lead to stroke.
You do feel that your heart is racing around the holidays, and it's not just from seeing someone underneath the mistletoe, but your heart is racing from irregularity, or you're feeling short of breath, any type of chest discomfort. You really need to seek medical attention.
But that doesn't mean you have to skip the holiday parties. Just cut back on the alcohol, the cups of coffee, and the extra salt that you're putting on your food. For the Mayo Clinic News Network, I'm Joel Streed.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
All righty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs. Carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. All righty, here we go. We do have gale warnings in effect lasting through Wednesday at around 10 p.m. The last of a small craft advisory will get dropped later tonight. It's actually right behind this gale warning here, so we'll pull this off the map and show you what the small craft advisory is. There's not a whole lot left for this, so we're looking okay moving forward. We'll have the gale warning taking over with some strong gusty winds that will move in for the daytime tomorrow. But for now, we're pretty quiet out there. Maybe a few passing clouds in some areas. This next system that we're watching is located right about over here. And it's starting to get attacked together here with this front. And it's tracking off towards the north. That's going to send us some snow in our direction later on tonight. And maybe a little bit of accumulations on the way before temperatures warm up and we get a little bit of rain that will also begin to mix in some spots. So futurecast moving forward for today, this is a general idea. So increasing clouds, some snow will rotate in later on tonight. And we're going to keep that going as we head towards tomorrow morning. Again, a little bit of accumulations cannot be ruled out. Futurecast doesn't show it well here, but some rain could try to mix in from time to time as well. Maybe a few peaks of sunshine, too, as the clouds may try to break up from time to time as we head towards parts of the day on Wednesday. As for the snowfall, again, not a lot expected, maybe around 1, maybe up to 2, maybe 3 inches in a few spots. So general 1 to 3 inches with lesser amounts to the west and a little bit more further off towards the east will be possible in a few areas. And when we measure this in the rainfall forecast, these are rainfall units here, this takes into account any of the snow that does fall with the liquid form, and again, about 1/4 of an inch or less possible with more to the east and lesser amounts further off toward the west. Again, gusty winds only up to about 20 miles per hour for today, so not too bad overall. But moving ahead towards tomorrow, a little bit more on the way. Look at this, gusts up to 30, even 40 miles per hour cannot be ruled out as we head towards your Wednesday. Wave heights are really increasing out there. Look at this, 5 feet closer towards shore, even up to 9 feet closer to some of those buoys. But further out towards sea, look at this, 17, even up to 30 feet being measured in a few areas. Our average high being 35 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 30s today, upper 30s Wednesday and Thursday, mid-30s again for your Friday, back at the upper 30s Saturday and Sunday, middle 30s again as we head towards your Monday again. So here we go, lower 30s today, partly cloudy and breezy with that northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens, snow showers move in late with that northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 30s, maybe lower 40s. Rain and snow showers on the way with that north wind gusting up to around 35, maybe 40 miles per hour at times. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. So here we go. Thursday, we're mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 30s. We fall back into the mid-30s with a chance for rain and snow showers on Friday. And more rain and snow showers on Saturday, highs in the upper 30s.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
I'm Phil Levesque. president of Lebec Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
Nana's Attic started many years ago for me. When I was a young fellow, I used to go with my grandmother collecting antiques and selling antiques. I went on many trips with Nana as I was fascinated with the world of antiques and the history behind old things. They remind you of days that have gone by, but spark memories of youth and hanging out with loved ones that are no longer with us. Now I've made that dream a reality. First with my Ellsworth Flea Market, and now my own store, Nana's Attic and Then Some, located in the old Olympia Sports in Ellsworth, where you'll find treasures and antiques galore.
12 parents invited us into their homes, all in search of today's best parenting style.
I want to know why my house looks like a nuclear explosion and your house looks like that.
The Parent Test. Special premiere Thursday on ABC.
Now let's check in with Howard to see what he has cooking for us in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
One of the things I love most about the holidays is seeing all the creative and tasty desserts that everyone comes up with. If you're looking for a perfect dessert to serve at your next party, or if you just need something sweet to share with a friend or coworker, then you're going to love the decadent brownies that we're whipping up today. Just so you know, this looks special enough that it can double as a centerpiece. Here we have a boxed brownie mix that we baked in a 9x13 pan lined with foil. After it cooled, we popped it in the freezer for a few minutes to firm up. Now, we flip it out of the pan, remove the foil, and make 2 diagonal cuts starting at the top. This gets us our traditional Christmas tree shape. For the 2 side pieces, we place them together on a platter, like this, creating another brownie Christmas tree that's the exact same size. We frost this with some canned frosting that we dressed up by adding some mint extract and food coloring. Now, we place the other triangle on top, trim the edges, and frost the whole thing with the rest of the icing. After decorating our tree with all sorts of edible holiday candies and ornaments, it's ready to show off. Not only is it easy to make, but it makes you look like some fancy pastry chef. To get the recipe for our Christmas tree brownie, all you need to do is go online. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tremendously sweet way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Don't you? You love your chocolate.
A flock of turkeys seem to have found a favorite hangout spot in the town of Herman. The turkeys, which all made it through the Thanksgiving holiday unscathed, like to gather on the front lawn of a home on the Wing Road. The homeowner says 12 to 15 of them stop by on a regular basis to eat and hang around. He says the traffic doesn't seem to bother them much either, so he just sits and enjoys watching them out the window when they stop by. I wonder what makes a turkey favor one lawn over the other. That's interesting. Well, Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. You can stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22. If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com. Thank you for staying with us.
Happy holidays from Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales. Come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's not only a tagline, it's the way we do business. Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store, now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from our family at Zeppa's New York Pizza. Wishing all a great 2023.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Portal Call in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17